face.
And that's her.
That's her in real life.
No.
Yes.
How'd she do that though?
It's all
Is that
angles.
Yes.
from 1999? What the fuck?
Exactly.
She went from.
AJ, look at your face. You look so hurt.
I was
You
hurt.
look so hurt.
I was hurt. She went
Oh my God.
Beyonce to Bigfoot in 5 seconds.
She gave the Janet Jackson from Friday.
Yes,
Janet
looking
Jackson.
like Freddie Jackson. Yes, that girl was wider than outside. So anywho, I get up there, I see her, I'm just like, okay, and then,
pay attention to that.
all I did, was I just start drinking like shit. I was like, more shots, more drinks.
Did the bitch only have one picture? Because all of them couldn't be that deceiving.
I know, AJ.
She had a couple more. I'll show y'all afterwards. But they all look like that. She looks like she's a normal size.
But she was getting pissed at you.
She was getting pissed at me. First of all, I was dancing.
Hey, big girls need love too for the first.
Yeah.
Thank
one
you.
time for the one time.
Thank
you know what I'm
It's
saying?
y'all cuffing season, so it's cool. But
You got that thick ass over
But
here.
anywho, she catches an attitude because I was dancing with my other friends from earlier. She was like, don't be dancing with the rest of these hoes. I'm like, look, these are my friends. So what does she do?
She said that about
She grabbed my
Who the fuck do you
grabbed
think
my
you
face
are?
and was like, don't be dancing with anybody.
Damn.
I'm
No,
like,
she was really possessive, like no lie.
I
No
sat-
lie. She was that girl.
You got catfish, AJ.
I
You got
sat
Exactly.
down,
fucking
and then
Exactly.
I sat down, and she was giving me a lap dance, but it was okay for the first 2 minutes, but then afterwards, I realized that was just to keep my ass on lock. I tried to get up, and she's like, "Where you going?" So
where
then
you going?
I had to make up.
Shit.
I had to go to the fucking bathroom, just to get away. So I
baby, I
could
gotta
talk to
pee.
somebody else. So I get back to the table and start drinking more. Now this is where AJ turn down comes in effect. I fucked up and downgraded. Fellas, don't ever, under any circumstances, lower your standards when you're drunk. Just go to fuck home and watch some porn.
It's hard.
I'm sitting,
I
no
gotta
pun,
get some
all
pussy
pun
tonight.
intended on that. But look, so my other people out there who was there, who took those nice paparazzi pictures,
Show it again.
I did.
I'm
Show
about
the
to say,
picture up again,
Show the
please.
picture again, please.
No, AJ and the Teddy Graham.
I did
That
kiss
shit
her.
was-
And then Teddy Graham.
I
You
did
kissed her?
I kissed her.
You kissed her?
I was trying to salvage the mission.
Haters who do not want Ish Talk to come on. They feel like Ish Talk is the truth. We've had some influences that's going on today.
Okay. What up, y'all? It's another episode of Ish Talk TV, live from the DMV, doing it how it's supposed to be. I'm your host, B Moore, aka Prince of Zamunda.
AJ Turn Up, aka Buff Curry. What's
Hey.
up? What's good?
What up, y'all? And the mic's on, the Black Trump. All right, we are good. We got the Black Trump. Yes.
Hat on today.
Yes.
What's up?
Shout out to the brunch bitches for coming through on their show. She had sunglasses on, so I'm gonna have mine on. Yeah.
Invite us to an event that we're working in the process, so that'll be interesting. Brunch,
Yeah.
Brunch and Ish Talk together. Ooh.
And one of the other reasons why I got these glasses on because I had two weed brownies, and I don't know when they might pop, when they might show their face.
Eyes might get dilated.
And, man, in mid-show, talking about the kids need a better rule. But you got a good show. We got Mindy Joe coming through. We have Chip from the Rip Radio Show.
Yes, another
Chipchat.
member. Yes, sir.
Yeah, another family member. Yes, sir.
Family member.
Yes, sir. We get talking about illegal immigrants, white nationalists, and all that other good shit in between. And of course, we got Cheeks of the Week. Make sure you stay on for that.
And I hope your 4th of July was good and nobody pulled this Jason St. Pierre Paul losing your finger. Yes, please don't. Yes, I hope everything was safe.
But yeah, let me show off the guns. Hold up. Oh, I got a concealed permit today. What you got? What you got, man? Huh?
Man, they're still on trial.
Hey, I want to say, AJ, you need to slow down. The whole week you've been tired from
I know.
the gym. Sometimes you gotta take a break. How come you can't do like every other day?
Hell no, because it's a psychological thing. It's like when I take a day off, I go, oh shit, I'm fat again. And then it doesn't help when I get on the gram. I be trying to chill, and then I see a fine girl that I would want. She got the nigga that I need to have the body of. So I go, oh shit, I gotta put this ice cream down.
So,
Damn it.
So you rather go to the gym and get headaches and be
Yes.
and wake up in cold sweats?
Yes.
That's like equivalent for like a girl wearing high heels and all that shit.
Yeah.
Just to be pretty.
Yeah. If I'm gonna be in my casket, I want my abs.
All right.
If I'm gonna be in the casket, they gonna be like, damn,
You
he look good though.
You want to be a swole a
Headstone
Squidward? You want
head-
to be a swole squid?
Yep, headstone gonna be. He look good though.
Hey. Hey, let's see who's not looking good. Can you show that Jay-Z meme? Did you see that, AJ?
I think it's funny.
I
that
think
shit-
it's just
That's who he
You know, like
is. That's who he is, though.
Looking flabby
He
and
is the
sick.
No, he is the most serious motherfucker ever.
I'm getting we need to get rid of these him, Beyonce. I'm getting tired of
Why?
them. They
I
too
think
old.
this shit is
Look
entertaining.
at them.
That's entertaining.
They too old.
Look at that. Look at the look
Huh?
on his face. He's damn near
You showed
worth
the
$1
one with him
billion.
in the wheelchair in the supermarket.
Yeah, that was funny. Then they had one when he was on a dragon ride with kids. I couldn't do that. One girl, and then they had one meme where it was like, I got that wet, and they said, me. That's the new move now. That's the new look. Like, yo, what if she be like, yo, I got a suspended license. But that's another way to get
that's the
over
way to
there.
get over there.
Uh-huh, when she live on an island, though. Dog, Jay will never get old. He has the most awkward moments. I love it. I live for Jay's awkward moments. That's an old man moment. He like 50.
Hey, that's why we need to retire them, just like Diddy with the black excellence. And you heard about what happened with Revolt, and the CEO fired almost all the black people at Revolt,
Man, I'm not surprised.
and she was Indian. So all that diverse people of color shit don't mean shit.
Hell no. She was like, I'm tired of smelling fried chicken and every time I'm in here. Yes, that's
Jay-Z on the
JOS. But
Just
you know
Do It.
what though? They got money to though. They can do
Hey.
that. They can do that.
No, I don't want to hear no black excellence.
Shit.
But can we talk about the NBA? AJ,
You mean
what the fuck that was? Trump, can you show the next one?
oh, you mean my cousin and all them?
The shit was
Yeah.
looking like NBA Jam with this motherfucker.
It
What's up?
is. That is real life now. Oh shit.
With
Look, that's
cousins
Golden State
going
right
to
there.
the.
Look at Golden State. That's Golden State. Look.
That's cousins.
That's
That's cousins right there.
Yep, that's cousins. No, that's Draymond Green.
That's Draymond
Because he's gonna catch fire. He catches fire randomly. Look,
But-
look, they gonna go to.
But they are snatching up niggas
Everybody.
faster than the.
Look.
That's how it's gonna be on 2K.
Yep.
Trying to play them.
They're gonna be that team. Remember when Jordan? He was so good that he didn't allow himself on there. It was just a big ass black space.
Uh-huh.
That's Golden State. That's their entire fucking roster. Like it's ridiculous.
This shit is not. It's not looking good.
It's turning into an actual video game.
This shit
is-
looking like a fucking
It's NBA Jams plus NBA Live
monopoly on
2003,
something. It seems like something. It's a
and Kobe's
monopoly on something.
courtside. Do you remember Kobe's courtside?
Nah, I remember that.
Man, on Nintendo 64, you could trade anybody. And they had to worry about no cap penalties, no nothing. You put everybody on the team. That's what's happening right
No
now.
cap.
And LeBron went to LA, and I have this little private bet with my uncle. Now he's confirmed it. He ain't never going to another championship, which is good because they not beating Golden State. Then Melo, he got some issues.
He got
Because, dog, did you hear what I told you what happened, right? He had a party. Russell Westbrook had a party when Nas came there. So that was, when Nas come there, it's all good. It's apparently, allegedly, some reporter said they was like, Westbrook said, I don't want Melo's bum ass at my spot.
Ooh, if the young
Bum
niggas,
ass.
if the young players don't want you,
You done. Bum ass. But I knew that was not going to work. Melo is that nigga that, he is the kind of nigga that he thinks too much of himself and then he tries to shit on people. Got talent though, but not
and we know a lot of those.
Yes,
and they look just like him.
Yes,
but
and then don't like showing up
and
on
don't-
time. Don't like chipping in the most, and then talking the most shit. Westbrook is that nigga's like, nah, you got to go.
What about Power, dog? I don't watch it, but come on, please enlighten me
Power's
on
good
this.
right now. It's
What happened this time?
Everybody wants to smack Tyreek.
Huh?
Everybody wants to smack Tyreek, and then Lorenz Tate was just so cold blooded in one scene when they was talking about the eulogy for his cousin. This nigga.
And what's gonna happen? What do you expect this episode? Is it tonight, right?
Yes, tonight. It's a lot of shit that's gonna go down because they still have to. I don't want to be spoilers, but they still have to get what's his face. They're still going after my man because they
Who?
almost had him. The dude who used to work for the organization. I forgot his name. It just hit my mind. But he almost had him, and then his son called him and told him to run. Ain't that some shit? So yeah, nobody like Tyreek. He is the most, and can't nobody raise this nigga. Ever since Love with Common, and then he was on Barbershop. Yeah, it's just like, who raised this? This is little Bobby Shmurda right here.
Little
badass motherfucker right here. So yes, it's good though. It's getting real good, and I just want to see what's gonna happen. But I mean, a lot of people was giving my man Go some flack because when he broke up with Angela, my man was like crying. But then when his little girl got killed at first, he was just with a stone cold face. But he made up for it because he cried in the shower. When a black man cry in the shower, it's over.
It's pain.
That is tears from the shower.
Pain.
That ain't water. That's tears. That's steam. That's hurt. So yeah. That's hurt.
Okay.
Trust me.
Let's go to fuck the cops. I pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
to fuck the cops.
Fuck the cops.
With our Glocks and Techs.
With our Glocks and Techs.
Till we get some respect.
187. 187.
Amen.
I never like. Amen. I always. That's just look at their bodies going like this. I get off.
But this week's fuck the cops is not really about the cops. It's about the anti-gun rally in Chicago, the march you saw.
Yeah.
You can play the next one, Trump. It was a few thousands people. People came through. They blocked the the busiest expressway in Chicago. You know. And
this ish news, y'all. This is news. We bringing the news to you. Ish news.
Your boy Jesse Jackson was there. He was one of the people in there.
God.
Actually, Mindy, you interviewed him, right? Yeah, all right, yeah, all right.
Yeah, Mindy will be on here in a second.
Yeah, the governor, he tweeted his displeasure about it.
Of course he is, cause we telling on him. It's like, look, he probably got some relatives that's selling the shit to people in Chicago. Look, all that shit it's unfortunate, but it ain't gonna get fixed until they really.
Yeah, they were marching for better schools, ban guns, and get rid of the drugs. So that's what they were marching for. They said the next step is for the concerned people that's involved in the shooting, like involved or affected by it, to get a meeting with the mayor. That's what they're trying to go for next. That's the next step.
How many times have black people been trying to do things?
Do you think marches work nowadays, 2018?
Hell no.
All right.
Unfortunately, it can, but it takes a lot of but we gotta really be committed.
You gotta be committed.
You can't just sit there.
You can't watch Power. You can't watch Power.
No, you can't be like, I'm gonna sit here for 2 hours and not do shit.
I just want to know, where was the David Hogg, the high school kid, the shooting victims? Where were they at? Where were they at? That's what I want to know.
And sometimes I think we need more moving and silent kind of.
Nah, you don't need that.
No, we do.
All right, let's go to speaking of gun violence. Let's talk about the Trayvon Martin documentary. Did you
for BET?
The BET.
I saw it.
It was when you think of Trayvon, you think about that was my first that's when all the shit just started. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
What was that? 2012. It was just.
I still get.
And Jay-Z.
Yeah, I mean,
produced it. So hey,
that's nice.
He said, "Y'all shot XXX and you let George Zimmerman live. The streets is done." That's what I gave. Hey, I fuck with that.
I can't look at that shit. It makes me mad all over again, just because of the type of buffoonery that happened on both ends. The prosecution just fucked that up.
Hey.
Like, I can't watch that shit. I get mad all over again, because if I were to see Zimmerman, he would catch one straight.
But he's still alive, and XXX is dead. That don't mean shit. Like, hey, ain't we talking about the white nationalist rally coming up?
Look, one scary thing we got to know about life, y'all. I know people always think karma works. No, it don't. That shit don't work. Everybody who's supposed to get theirs don't get theirs. Because obviously he's walking around chilling.
Hey.
So let's just that's still chilling.
Hey, speaking of chilling, The Purge. Do you see the trailer for the new one? It's kind of disturbing.
Are you talking about the one?
The one with the black. First, I saw the black people in there. I was like, hold on.
Because you know that started out with us.
Is there some sort of predictive programming that they doing for us? And why gotta be the first purge? Huh? Get rid of the black people first?
Hell yeah.
Huh?
They've been doing.
Let me put my tinfoil hat on.
Man, they've been doing the purge for years. It's called the Hood.
You can play.
It's called the Hood, man. L.A., Chicago, all the major cities, they've been purging for years.
They've been purging for years.
They've been purging for us anyway.
Yeah, the Civil War will come slowly.
Hell yeah. You mean?
But
I saw this shit.
What do you think, man? You don't watch it? They put the projects, the Marcy projects in it.
I was like, oh my God. When I saw how them buildings were, when I saw the mega ass buildings, I was like, oh. Like, look, you can tell you in the hood when you see Lego stack buildings when they like all in one. Remember that one spot in Bays Crossroad where all the Ethiopian hoods at? That shit looks like an Ethiopian Queens. I was like, yo, building after building after block after
all of them look the same.
All of them look the same, and they all nasty inside.
But yeah, I'm gonna watch it, man. You wanna?
I'll probably watch it just because, but that just shows you that they've been doing this shit. They really want this shit to
And there's
happen.
a contract between government and Hollywood, but
well, the thing is, they're really trying to. These movies are trying to fucking basically say, without the police, this is what would happen. That's all they're trying to do. They're just saying, hey, we need cops. We gonna kill you, but you need us.
All right, let's talk about the Drake conspiracy. We all. I'm the only person in America that haven't heard. In the world, that haven't heard the
album.
The album, but you can turn the audio on, but you can But tell me what's the conspiracy, sir?
When he had that verse when he was like, I only love my mom in my bed. Apparently, my bed is
what song is that? What song did he say? I love my mama.
I honestly can't remember. It's just I just know
God's plan. God's plan.
I just know that shit's a synonym for. People thought that was an analogy for his son, Adam, whatever the fuck his name is.
All right, it could be.
No, it's not.
It could be.
No, it ain't. No,
he's trying to protect his son from the world. You know how many excuses?
You know how many ain't shit niggas gonna
side
say
niggas, that? side hoes. I'm just protecting you from the.
That's what's gonna make it even worse. Ugly hoes. You be like, look, I was protecting you from everybody else, from you to get laughed at, because you the one who's gonna be embarrassed, not me.
Not me.
Because I deny you. I just say you was bothering me.
And I see all these chicks just posting lyrics from using the Drake songs as captions.
Nah, some of them, the album to me,
all I saw on IG.
It was alright. I mean, it was okay, but like that, I ain't gonna lie, that Michael Jackson song was the shit though. It don't matter to me. That shit was alright. It was alright.
I guess you had to trade. You gotta give Michael. You gotta give the people on Earth a Michael song, and they take Joe Jackson. It's a trade. But
right.
Let's go to the IGTV. I'm getting so I gotta get used to all this stuff, the new features. But you know, Bunk, this is what he put on his IGTV, and that's what. And I know Facebook, they canceling so many people's accounts. How come they don't take away his? But this is on. That? But sir, I'm talking to you.
Who is she?
Okay, we gotta go to a break. We're gonna come back with our special guest.
And clean the screen.
We're gonna clean the screen
after all that dirtiness.
All right, we gotta come back with our Chip. Mindy, we got Shit I See on My Timeline, and then White Nationalist, and Hope He's All Right, and Illegal Immigrants. And should black people support them? The movement. Ish Talk TV, we be back. Hold the load.
Hold on.
If only the world was less like this.
I could use a smoke.
Hey, put that out!
And more like this.
I could use a smoke.
You murderer! I might have children one day!
Smoking kills, unless you kill first. If you're around a smoker, you will die. Smokers may look relaxed and like they're having fun. Don't believe it. Vote yes on Proposition 421. Let's outlaw smoking everywhere, even in people's homes, and allow honest citizens to legally kill anyone who smokes. Let's live in a world without smokers. Prohibition works. Let's prove it. Let's move up the food chain. It's time to smoke the smokers. Vote yes on Proposition 421.
Well, Mr. Cosby, I had a really nice time. You're so informative.
All right, we back. Ish Talk TV.
What's up?
I'm your host, B. Moore.
You already know Buff Curry right here. My cousin is going to win the championship again, so, you know, all is good over here.
All right.
Giving you any of that money or no?
We can't talk about that.
Oh, okay.
All right, and we have our special guest, Mindy Joe.
Janet Jackson, D.C.
Janet Jackson,
D.C.
No, don't start that.
Poetic Justice.
Don't give people
anytime.
Writing poetry while doing squats at the same time.
At the same damn time.
I will say you have to protect your health improvement energy out here.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Oh, you're talking
you have to protect your health improvement energy.
I can dig it.
Yeah, because sometimes a lot of people, they're in their feelings. When you're in the gym, you should be in your feelings, with getting yourself together.
Your core.
Yeah. So I'll leave it at that.
Ooh, all right. Basically, she's trying to say, all you fat people trying to go
No,
at me,
I'm not.
get it together.
No,
don't be mad at me.
No, and you don't even have to be fat. It's not about being fat. It's about you being confident in yourself. You're feeling good about yourself, doing what you need to do to feel good about you. It's not about, you can still feel fat. I mean, you can still be fat and fabulous. That's not, Yeah.
I'm gonna let y'all.
And you could still be skinny and look like shit too and feel like shit. So
yeah, you can't.
I'm right here.
Damn. So either it's just all in the individual.
It needs to be a medium between.
Yeah, but you just got to protect that energy while you're in that gym, getting your groove on, because not everybody is happy.
I like how she said gym, not gym. Gym.
Say it again.
JEM. Say it again.
I guess that's what my Louisiana accent.
Yes. I was wondering why you got
definitely
a Louisiana number, but okay.
I wanted to be
I used to live there. Let's
go to the gym.
We got Chipchat.
Yeah, what's up? Hey, everybody.
Can you tell them your show info?
So I'm Chip from Chipchat, and our show's Thursday nights here on Rip Radio.
Chipchat, I like
that. Chipchat. We've been on for about 3 years now, 3.5 years.
All right.
It's a long time. Yeah, thank you. And my co-host is Larry King without suspenders, but he's out. That's how you can tell them apart, because otherwise they're the same person.
Right.
And but we sent him out west to set up Chipchat West, and so I need a new co-host.
Oh, so you're reaching out.
Yeah, we've been auditioning a few people. We've had a few cycle through. Some of them pretty good. So if you want to give it a shot, let me know.
All right.
Tweet me.
Yeah, we're gonna come on Chipchat. Turn this shit to Ishpat.
Ishchat. All right, Mindy. Mindy, you did Grill Fest.
Trill Grill Fest. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
Tell us about that.
Yes, it was on point. Let me tell you, it was hot as shit out there.
I see you looking at
it. Was hot. But I will say water was your best friend that day, and because I was doing press, I'll say I did follow the strict guidelines, no consumption of alcohol until 8 p.m. But I just refrained the entire time because it was just too hot. Yeah. But I mean, it was a beautiful, beautiful event. That was actually my first time there at Trill Grill Fest.
Okay.
The people, the energy, yes. I mean, it was a great time. So being around all those people, the energy kind of helped you get through that extortion, that heat. I mean, because it was, it felt. If hell feels like that, then it certainly was the feeling. But hey, it brought all the good energy out though. So I'll say that.
All right. And like I said, you interviewed Jesse Jackson,
yes.
Reverend.
Yes, actually, the Rev was my first booking.
Ah.
Yes, about 4 years ago on the Mindy Joe News Show. This was when the March on Washington. So I just wanted to kind of understand where are we at right now as far as this marching for progress, marching for injustice, marching for jobs. It's like the cycle continues. And I just feel, if we've been marching for the same thing since 1963, just what have we obtained? Where's the benchmark? What do we have to really show for all this signs and all these chants and all these mobilizing of marching? I mean, right now it looks like a parade to me. So no, seriously, it looks like a parade, and any public official is pretty much the leader of the band right now.
Okay.
Yeah, but back to Jesse. He's very soft-spoken. So you have to make sure you listen because Jesse talks very soft.
Does he rhyme like all the time or just when he's like on stage?
Yeah, a little bit, but I'll share this.
I'd like to greet you. It's nice to meet you. Like, is he always just like
I will
everything rhymes
I will
with him?
share this though. I did inform them that I was still in school, you know, to secure the interview.
Right.
So I
I'm in
will
the
let
process
that,
of getting my
that secret
GED.
out right now. Yeah, I did say I was still going to the university, but
All right, but you got it. You got it done.
Yeah, you have to do what you have to do to get the job done. But it was a great interview, and I was glad I was able to secure that interview because you also, I mean, regardless of his political stance, what he has done, you still need these types of individuals who have really set foundations, you know, regardless of what direction the foundation is going in.
I hear you.
You need these types of individuals.
Black leaders.
Yeah.
But wait, what do you think about John Lewis? Can you go to the next thing, Trump? We're going to talk about the immigration. John Lewis.
He's like the last one standing.
Yeah, he said he got
sitting even because he.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he's talking about he getting beat and he's standing up for the immigrants and all that stuff. But we got to move on to the whole topic of the immigrants. Do y'all? I know y'all watch the news. Y'all saw it all. They put it all in your faces. As a black man, descendants of a slave, I felt disrespected. Slap in the face.
Okay.
And all of the immigrants built this country, and I'm like, no, I don't think so.
Ben Carson said that that's how slavery worked. It was immigration. That's what he said. He's Secretary of HUD, not me. He said it.
I just want to know.
He's a doctor.
Did somebody surgically
nominally?
Did he surgically do something to himself by accident?
He gave himself a lobotomy?
Yeah,
I don't know,
accidentally
man.
just go, oh,
Doctor
shit.
said I need a lobotomy.
Well, so if you were listening to Chip Chat this week or last week, we have our immigration lawyer, true American hero Haley T, was on, and she was telling us about the current, situation at the border.
Yeah.
So we covered that pretty extensively. I know we're going to talk about that, but I did prepare a little bit, so I wanted to make sure that we get out a couple of like key facts and truths.
Facts, okay.
Yeah, before we get too far into this. Right now, the immigration debate is framed around Central Americans coming across the border in Texas and California, places like that. That is not the majority of people here in this country. It's also not the majority of people here without papers. The majority of people here without papers are from Asia. They are not from Central or South America. And most of them came here with papers and then overstayed. So, and that's the most common type of illegal immigration, if you want to call it that, undocumented people. So I know that the way that this is being presented, and I had a guess at the way that this is going to happen today, they're trying to pit people against each other.
Yeah.
And they're trying to make a black versus brown problem and say that these two groups are competing for the same pile of jobs and resources. That's not even close to true. That isn't the case at all. And so we should not start from that conversation because it's not even real. It's not happening. The other thing that's important to know is the policy change. There is no open border. There never was an open border. Obama deported more people than all of his predecessors combined. It was always controlled, and we are exactly back at the status quo where we were before April.
It's gone down.
Well, it's not. Yes, and also we're at the lowest point in attempted border crossings and overall immigration into this country in 40 years. We have not seen this low a flow of people into the United States in over 40 years. So there is not currently a crisis except for the bit where Trump kidnapped all the kids. And that's the real
where he kidnapped.
Yes, kidnapped.
I'll add a little bit to that because I actually was working on customs immigration issues 6 years ago before this became this generated buzz.
Right.
Because
Elian
that's what it
Gonzalez
is.
Part 2.
That's what it is right now. It's a big generated buzz. And 6 years ago, when President Obama was in the office, I was held in customs immigration. And this is what I'll share. Don't ever write that you have any type of fruits or anything on your paperwork, okay? So you're telling on yourself, pretty much. If I wouldn't have never written that down there on the, I'm glad I enjoyed my strawberries, while I was in Dubai, but I wrote I had mangoes. So once I did that, I was...
Because you're going to infect all of our mangoes with those dangerous Dubai mangoes.
Immigration. So while I was there, I met a lot of families in there. One particular family was from India. He had just come into the United States. This was his first time. They held him, allowed his wife and his daughter to leave. He was just saying he will never come back to the U.S. because he doesn't understand how can his wife go, how can his daughter go, and he's held here. Well, I'm trying to figure out what the policy is because, I mean, at the time I did have a legal situation. I had an attorney as well. So I wasn't really that concerned, but my concern was the process and the procedure. So the process and the procedure is waiting on a phone call from Washington. Now, this was 6 years ago.
Yeah.
This seems to appear to be the same solution, waiting on a phone call from Washington. A lot of people don't know that, so they have a lot of emotional attachment to the situations that are occurring. They don't understand the policy and procedures aspect of it. So I'm just kind of led to believe that the phone call from Washington is still the solution. However, in the meantime, a lot of blame game is going on. The Republicans want to blame the Dems want to blame the Republicans. But in the meantime, you know, this was your guys's the go-to, just a phone call from Washington was the solution. You know, so I just think right now they have to come up with something better than the phone call from Washington.
Well, it really depends. I mean, immigration is a very complicated issue, obviously. There's an infinite amount of law on this, written law, case law. It's been argued left and right. So it really depends on what the individual situation is. What we're currently dealing with has mostly to do with people who are seeking asylum. And
I got beat.
Oh, but
I'm escaping from gangs.
Yes.
We have to add, too, that no one comes to this country for free. So we must add that, too. So
Well,
some deals, we have to remember, deals are made behind the
Oh,
scenes.
hold on.
So therefore,
When-
when deals are made, that along with the deal comes people from different territories. So that's what, when Obama was in office, we had the thing with the kids coming from
the unaccompanied minors from Central America.
From Central America, right. So when that deal happened, you know, we still, that deal is still on the table right now.
There isn't a deal. What happened was all the kids started showing up. We had to stop that, right? Because we didn't have the capacity to deal with this, and obviously it's very dangerous to send your kids riding on top of a freight train across the Mexican desert. So a lot of things happened, but the first thing that happened was they held the kids and they deported them. Most of them were sent back, and Biden went down to El Salvador and Guatemala and Honduras and told them, stop sending your kids. We are not going to take them. And the parents, they needed to be told that because the coyotes and all the smugglers had told them, no, the U.S. will take them. And so they were getting paid. You're paying the smugglers to bring the kids up, and then you know they're getting deported back. The other thing that happened, what we were doing was trying to stabilize those countries so that there wasn't a reason for people to come. And you know, we're talking about lawless places with gang violence
places that we fucked up.
Exactly. Right.
But AJ, what do you say about that? The whole media and how it affected the.
Well, it wasn't media. It was directly.
It was direct violence.
It was we were funneling guns to Contras to destabilize socialist governments in Central America through the 80s. And Ollie North went to jail over it.
Right, and then
now he's the president of the NRA.
Right, and then fuck around and leave. It's like you go and fuck some shit up, and then like, well, what you gonna do now? You gonna help me out?
But is that anything new? I mean, we've been fucking things up and leaving for quite some time.
Well, this is the consequence of it.
Well, the consequence now, it's worse now because of it's more exposed. Like back in the day, the government had more control over what gets out. Because
there weren't citizen journalists.
Right.
It was harder to get these stories out of these places because you needed more cooperation from authority, and now our reporting is better.
Right. During World War II, whatever was happening, they literally was
they kept it on the low.
They kept it on the low.
Yeah.
Like, nah,
Hiroshima was heard about.
But nowadays, anybody with a phone can send some shit out there.
Exactly.
And you can send false information out.
And that's the part that has also played a role in this in this immigration issue as well, with these images. Now, some of these images were derived from when under the Obama administration, but because everyone's up in a frenzy with Trump, you know, anything Trump has to say, anything, you know, pertaining to Trump, anything aligned with Trump, you know, everyone is just, oh, he's a racist, he's a this, he's a that.
He is.
But I
Right.
mean, I'll say this. I'll say this.
You gonna get the last word before we go to shit I see on my timeline.
Okay, I didn't meet Trump, but I've seen Trump in real life when I was reporting.
You didn't get him?
Trump does not pose
Snatch that
a
thing off his
threat
head?
to anybody. Let me tell you, if I'm in the room with Trump standing next to him, if no one ever heard of his name, people would look at me before they look at him.
Yeah, I'm not too
He
afraid of
doesn't
him.
have-
He can't
he
even like pick
doesn't
up a
have
grapefruit
any
with those tiny
type
little
of
hands.
presidential disposition about him in a place to where he exudes that authority.
No.
And, you know, I mean, all this racism with him, you know, I mean, it's just time to deaden that, that narrative right about now, because, I mean, what has he done to say that he's this type of individual?
Well, he said that all the white supremacists
what
are very
has
fine
he
people.
done?
Right.
You have to not what has his action? What action has he done?
He kidnapped all the brown children at the border.
You can't say
That's
that.
pretty
You
direct.
can't say that.
Well, look at the shit he did to black people in the 70s.
I'm sorry, we gotta move on to shit I see on my
Central Park
timeline.
5.
Right.
Yeah, the list goes on. Yeah.
Because when he saw you, he probably went.
Right? Did he have to touch your hair?
He like,
no, he
you
didn't.
smell good.
He didn't.
16
And actually,
Trump.
I'll say that the security for him was good. I've never been around security like that. You even have to test a shot for the security before you go in.
You gotta do a backflip.
His security is very much on point. But I just think, you know, people need to get away from, because I mean, you're living in a racist country.
Yes.
First and foremost. So for anyone to even say that, you know, blame everything on your president is really absurd.
I don't
to
think
me.
anybody's blaming Trump. Trump isn't exactly the problem. Trump is just the bright light that shines on the problem.
But the problem's been there.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Yeah.
Obama was the pretty face.
But
over the
Obama
shit.
problems were under
I'm sorry,
Obama. We had a lot.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
We can't.
Shit I see on my timeline.
We're gonna go here.
The first shit I see on my timeline is you gotta name this group really quick. I'm thinking mini direction instead of One Direction.
I can see the light.
I can.
Hey, what's over there?
What eyes on you band? All eyes on you band. AJ, you got one?
I can't.
All right, next one.
Crisscross. I was waiting.
That was a good
mean?
one.
Is that the one
was a
I'm
good
going to hell for
one.
that?
Yeah,
I'm probably going to hell
that's-
for that.
Next shit I see on my timeline, please, Trump.
Damn.
I need y'all to let me know what would y'all do if this dude smacks your girl ass.
Well,
And you can tell it's an
I'm
OG.
not into girls, so I'll refrain from that.
I would have to
You
take
know
the
what?
beating. I would have to take the beating.
Nah, I would just wait till he like turned around afterwards, then kick him.
He
in the
made
nuts
you
and
turn
then
around.
Press charges.
Press charges.
Yep, press charges.
You make the girl say, "I'm fighting for you, woman,"
Yep.
and then you get punched.
Uh huh.
You see?
I was hiding my wounds from the world, not you. I'm getting my, I'm pressing charges. Hell yes.
I would me too his ass in a heartbeat.
I got violated.
Yeah.
You know, Terry Crews.
All you gotta do is just get some powder and be like, crack dealer.
Right, yeah.
That's it.
Sprinkle some crack on him and let's get out of here.
Hell yeah. Oh,
Next one.
hell yeah, I'm pressing charges.
Me 11 strokes later after I told her I was going to give her rounds.
Is that a problem for
Hey,
you?
We all been there.
I'm just saying,
We all
it
been
doesn't
there.
matter.
We all been there.
We all talk that shit.
And then it just shocks us. We go, oh, all right.
Chip, what about you?
I mean, I'm
You-
about to have my second kid.
You
so,
tell your girl, oh, hey.
That kind of says everything right there.
Gail, you ever had those
Mindy,
moments?
I know a dude gonna say, I'm gonna rock your world.
No,
Come on now.
No, honest and true, nobody hasn't rocked my world.
I'm gonna give you a,
in over a year.
I'm gonna give you a, I'm gonna give you a news report.
Hold on, somebody.
No, nobody's rocked my world in over a year. So that's just because it's a personal choice.
Nobody's filed a brief with you lately?
No, but when they do, you know, it'll.
Do they get it in before deadline?
He'll be
or
like that though. He'll
Anybody
be
ask for
like
exclusive?
that.
She basically
to
said
sleep,
she put
okay.
niggas in
Yeah,
coma.
he'll be like
But all
that.
them
though,
splits she
when
know how
it
to do,
does.
she probably do him.
Next
She
one.
probably put his legs in the air.
No.
When someone shows us the true colors, we have to stop trying to repaint them.
That's fucking
Yes,
stupid.
that's true.
If you knew he couldn't pay bills, if you knew he didn't have a job,
Then why you still let
Yeah,
him?
but no.
'Cause
but
Beyonce
it has
said
to
it's
stop.
okay.
No, No, you don't listen. That's the
All
thing.
independent
People
women.
don't listen to those. You don't listen to those lyrics like that. You know, you listen to it when you're in the car to, jam and stuff like that. But don't take that.
So like Destiny
lyric-
Beyonce is
literally.
not to be trusted, but like Carter's Beyonce is like definitely
That's
the shit.
Everybody wants to have a good relationship, but when you have a bad partner,
They show you who they are, believe them. That's it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you have to, and that's your choice you make to continue to deal with.
Now
that.
people can grow and change, but they have to want to.
That's up to them, not you.
It can't be you doing it to them.
Exactly.
Right.
he said he was going to work. He said he was going to work for he was going to go to the RI, and he said he was going to get a job in construction.
Yeah, sure.
He has
potential. He just hasn't been discovered by the right person.
Potential and putting things into action.
He's an aspiring rapper. I'm holding him down.
Mixtape drop.
I'm holding him down until he gets his record deal.
Oh my gosh.
If you say anything aspiring over 28 in the entertainment industry, I don't want to hear that shit, especially in music. Now you can do it for acting, but music.
I've been an aspiring radio host now for 3.5 years. Hey, if I get to my 4th listener, I'll consider it a victory.
Hey, that's all right.
Hey, we all out here.
That's something realistic.
Can we get to the next one, Trump?
Tax don't says about shut the fuck up.
All right, shout out to our show sponsor, Tina Wings.
Tina Wings,
yes,
sir.
You refer us, you get $5 off, and shout out to Authentical One. You can get your wings, your weed.
That's a hell of a combination.
Yes,
sounds pretty good.
Yes.
That's like the new chicken and beer.
Yes.
Yeah, you know what?
Make sure you check that out. All right, you can go to the next one, Trump. Black Trump. So Chip, can you tell them your Instagram? Your Twitter and all that stuff.
My Twitter
again?
is Chef Chip. Yeah.
Chef
Chip.
I went to culinary school.
And you post like political.
I use my Twitter as mostly politics.
And you
what the hell is
but
that?
what were you doing there, sir?
Right.
What were you doing there, sir?
What
was that about, sir?
That's my co-host Larry King.
Okay.
And this was the day I performed his wedding wearing that suit. Yes.
The zoot suit. Okay.
You can't see it too well in the picture, but I had the goldfish shoes too.
Oh shit.
The shoes have.
Oh no.
Yeah. This is so I'm a reverend too. I have my little minister card, and it's good in 49 states, not Virginia where I work and live in. So I have to get a court order every time I do a wedding. But they know me by now. I've done a few, so they kind of fast tracked me a little bit. And so the first time I got that suit for a wedding, because the bride and I were chatting with the groom on an email. And she was like, what are you going to wear? And I said I was going to wear a Pope hat and a neon tux. And she was like, that's not enough. I need like the pimp suit. So I sent her a picture of like Bootsy Collins. And she was like, yeah, do that. And he was on the email chain and did not chime back to say no, which I took the license for mayhem. So I showed up there at the rehearsal wearing that with Superfly playing.
I like your
behind me.
grin that you had.
Oh, yeah. And
I'm down.
I was hoping that he would be more upset, like when he first saw the suit, and he's like, "You do have a tux for later, don't you?" Because it was a rehearsal, and I was like, "I guess we'll find out, won't we?"
All right.
Yeah. So now I wear
all right, Mindy. Can you tell them about your new thing that you're doing now?
Yes. So
when the press link up.
Yeah. So when the press link up, that's a media page. Everybody go follow that. And I also want to share next Sunday, ladies, get ready. Crystal Wall of Mix Fit Studio in Houston, Texas. She will be here to do a fitness motivation turn up session. It'll be at City Dance. So yeah, everyone come out, ladies. I
was gonna say, can dudes come too?
Yeah, you can come.
I need some inspiration and shit,
I'm not gonna be like that. Yeah.
Right.
So men, yes, you can come out.
Are yoga pants required? I don't know.
No yoga pants are required. But the ladies, we want to wear our sexy turn up.
Are we gonna encourage the ladies to wear the yoga pants?
Yes.
I will support it.
Can we give a shout out to whoever it is that convinced women that the comfortable pants is not sweatpants but yoga pants? That was a brilliant person, whoever did that. Thank you.
A man came up with
that. Somebody getting paid off that.
Turn around for me. That ain't comfortable, is it?
No.
How about you put those?
Yeah.
Oh, these are my Leo Wets for ballet.
Do that.
Yeah, it was Harvey Weinstein. He invented it.
No.
The more you know.
All right.
Let's get to the other topic of the day on Ish Talk TV. Black Trump on the Boards Rip Radio.
This guy.
DMV. You heard about the white nationalist rally that's coming up on the August 11th to the 12th. right across the street from the White House. So the administration can just, whenever they go on lunch break,
Right.
they can just go over.
Well, they're already going to be there.
Yeah, they're already going to be there.
They don't,
so it's just easy.
They just wanted it close by.
Easy transfer. Yeah.
Yeah, traffic in DC sucks. So
right.
So walking distance.
So when you see they're complaining about white civil rights, and when you see just them getting assaulted, harassed, you heard about the Trump supporter.
Yeah. Well, and
somebody
Sarah
threw
Sanders.
Sarah Sanders. Yeah.
Then the Trump supporter went and threw shit at the restaurant.
Yeah.
Right.
And,
Sarah Sanders
and then the Walmart.
Then they wanted civility.
Yeah, and then the Walmart shirt impeached.
Yes.
And then Walmart, white people and Walmart, they need that shit.
Let's just say there's two kinds of white people. There's the right kind of white people, and then there's
them.
There's
them. We call them them.
So they're complaining they're the victim.
Yes.
But the most hate crimes are up.
Yes.
So
honestly, I think the terminology needs to we need to elaborate on what a hate crime is these days, and what terrorist attacks are, and what
we know what that is.
Yeah, we need to on hate crimes too, because I just think these right now are very sensational pieces for the news, and I think to obtain ratings right now. Not to say things such as this don't occur, but on a day-to-day, when you're walking down the street, I don't think anyone says, "Hey, nigger."
Well,
it's not like you know who it never happens to?
I mean,
me. That never happens to me, and that's the thing. And the barbecue Becky's and all this kind of stuff. This is important because I don't know if you know this, but in white America, there is this massive denial that this stuff ever happens at all. And so, when you find out that your black friend has to build time into his schedule for getting pulled over on the way over to your house, you're astounded. You're like, wait, that can't really be happening. We have civil rights in this country. Did you call them? Did you ask for his badge number? And they're like, nah, man, I've kept my head down and tried not to get my ass kicked. That's a different thing. So what this is, yes, it's sensational. Yes, we have a lot of fun with the memes and all that stuff. But this is important for white people to see this because they really don't know this is happening. And when they do find out it's happening, two things happen. Either they wake up and they go, oh, shit, or they go, nah, and turn Fox News back on. And that's the thing. And it is critically important for the sensitivities for everybody to understand. If you're brown in America, you know this country is racist. If you're white in America, you can easily skip that chapter in the history. You can just forget
I just think that's
Civil War
I
to
think
Martin
that's
Luther King and you're done.
excuses though. I think that's excuses, honest and true. I just think I honest and true, like this rally that's getting ready to come up, honest and true, this poses a national security threat.
It does.
Okay, so and I
Southeast
used to work
Berry Farms, where you at?
I used to work for Congresswoman Norton, and I had to advance her one day to an event, and they had hecklers there.
Oh, yeah.
And the heckler was ready to attack her. So what I did was I had security make certain that he walks her to her car after the event was over. So I did send her a tweet to ask her that I know for sure she is going to ensure the security of her constituents in this city. And I just think right now, it's going to be build up of a lot of momentum only for it not to occur. He may have gotten the approval of this permit.
Yeah, it said like 400 people.
However,
estimated.
right now though,
still be more than Trump's
Washington,
inauguration.
D.C. is not Maryland. Washington, D.C. is not Virginia. Washington, D.C. is Washington, D.C. This is a federal jurisdiction. This is different. So we have to adhere to that. And right now, yes, this poses a national security threat. This is not just some mobilizing of a march. Washington, D.C. has had a lot of, as far as riots, things of that nature. So people need to really go and check the history books of this city before you decide that
Is
you
that
think,
a warning to these supremacists that maybe y'all ought to pick a better venue?
This is a suggestion.
Suggestion
This
to
is a
move along?
suggestion. Yes, because this is not, any other state, this will be permissible.
They should do it in like Wyoming, where there's more sheep than people.
It's not
Sheep
here
are white,
in this
right?
city.
That's
This
different
is
from
not
Charlottesville.
permissible. This is not. This is a national security threat. And if anyone in Congress, and Congresswoman Norton has the authority because this is her jurisdiction, if she allows this to occur, then a lot of people need
Well, she
to
doesn't
speak
have
with
any.
her.
I mean, she can't even vote.
She
can just make
but
a
the
fuss
national
about
parks, but national parks is
Yeah,
under her.
so
is
it's-
under her monitor.
Well,
I used to work for her, so I know what
branch.
can
Interior had to give them the permit. They legally
Yeah.
applied for it. We do have free speech in this country. If they want to have
do.
their rally, that's fine. And as a matter of fact, I don't know if you can remember this, but back in the '90s, the Klan tried to have this big rally in the city, and they got this permit, and Metro PD was out with like thousands of officers to protect these guys because they knew the threat to them. And then only 12 of them showed up because they even with their hoods on, they were still too cowardly.
So you say they ain't gonna about that life? They ain't about that life?
That was Chocolate City in the
that's
90s.
what I think may.
Right, yeah.
That's what I think may happen here. And I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen because right now in this city, it's a lot going on. We have the gentrification.
Right.
We have right now this loud ordinance bill that's on the table
That
that
gets
people
people
need.
15 days in jail
Yes,
on
and
it.
people
Yeah,
need
for being loud.
people need to pay attention to what's going on. So it's a lot going on right now, and we don't need any extra isms to add on top of
We should
going
also
on.
separate to talk about there's the district and then there's Washington. Washington is government. Washington is the mall. Washington is where these guys are marching. They are not marching in the district.
No.
They are not going above Florida Avenue. They are not going to be in the district because I will promise you that Mayor Bowser and the city council, nobody would have granted them a permit in the district.
Right.
They don't have control over what Washington does in the federal parts of the city, but in the district, nah, they ain't coming.
That shit's not going out. But
I don't think they can even ride the metro safely.
No, yeah,
Because the metro crashes and kills everybody.
Yeah, and it serves them right because this is a scary thing. Black people still need to understand that when white people want shit done, it will get done. Unlike us.
But-
they have more of the resources and connections.
Right.
But
They
I
can
mean,
get
we
that
have the
shit.
resources and the connections too. We just not organized. We only know how to
No,
get
a lot of
organized
us are
when it's time to
I
go
beg to
and
differ.
protest
we're
with
organized, but you gotta
the
understand.
Women's March or protest with Black
White
Lives
people
Matter.
have all kinds
we
of
know
secret
how to
stuff.
Exactly, and
They have money that they're not telling
and
you
that's
about.
why they're the
But we
majority.
need to
Yeah.
They're
stop.
the
Honest
majority.
and true, we need to get over that. We need to get over
over
this.
Get over it?
Get over this. White people can only do this. White people are not the only people that can do anything in this land. First and foremost, they are not the originals in this land.
Where are the originals?
We are the African Aboriginals or African Americans or
I get
however
that.
they are the original people on this land. So therefore, white people have copied everything that they have obtained right now. So this rhetoric and this narrative of black people can't do this, black people. Well, guess what? If you keep on this cycle of you can't do this, guess what? You're never going to do anything.
But we're not saying we can't. We're trying to do it accordingly. Like you can't just.
And also understand that white people have resources at their disposal that they deny to black folks.
That's right.
So
And
if,
that they
if
hide.
black folks want to get a permit and the white people are in government, they will deny them the permit.
It's just
if
like
the
how-
white people
It
need
depends
money to
on
get
who's
signed,
getting it.
they have them. They have the
It
sign.
depends on who's getting it. I mean, the white people always use the black face to get whatever they want. So the black people need to learn how to use the white face to get
And
what
they
they
do.
want.
And
Yeah, but
Sorry
it's
to
a li-
disturb you.
It's a little harder to do that because at
Right.
the same time,
That's exactly
it's
right.
about who holds the keys to everything.
Yeah.
We don't.
Yeah.
Just
Well-
think of the. think
Well,
of-
if we don't hold the keys to everything,
We
then
need
guess
to take
what?
them.
No. Then guess what? Our leadership has failed us.
they killed the
Yes.
good leaders.
Every
killed the good leaders.
everyone who's in Congress right now, any black representative, any black organization
all
in
of our
America
black leaders are caping
has
for other
failed
causes.
us.
The gays.
Yeah, and that's what I'm
quick
saying.
to
And that's
support
what I'm saying.
gays.
But that's what I'm saying. And that's
illegal
and you
immigrants.
Wonder, right, and you wonder why
Can't
we can't. But that's what I'm saying. We have the resources. We have the
right.
power. But we're just
I'm s-
using it in another.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We gotta
Malcolm.
go.
I miss Malcolm.
We gotta go to. I hope he's all right. Number 25.
I hope she all right. After
Yeah.
today.
Yeah, I am, but I'm just saying.
I hope you all right after today. You are.
If you have some of those extra resources, can you send them over here?
right.
Yes.
You
Some
are
of
in
us-
St. Barnabas
Some
right
of us
now.
needs a little
Trump,
extra
you
check.
better make,
I mean-
Black Trump, you better make sure nobody out there saying, "Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Let's see these black people get you out of this ass kicking right
Yeah,
now."
right.
Yeah, Southeast Berry Farms. Where you gonna be?
Right.
August 11th to
Yeah, but that's
August
what
12th.
I want to see.
We need security.
How are
We're gonna
the
call
people
security
that are
from Berry
most
Farms.
that are most at a disservice in the district, I want to see how these people are going to mobilize. And I want to see who's going to show up, because anytime it's dealing with sexuality matters, everyone can get together and get there soon.
White women.
But and that's all I want to see. I want to see who's going to come to the defense of a group of people that have been disproportioned. They have been treated so
the small titty committee. We need to have a committee about
that. Yeah.
They have been disenfranchised,
degrading and things like that. I just want to see who's going to come to their aid.
I'll come.
We already
had that when it was 11 strokes, right?
But which organization is going to come? Which white organization is going to come to their aid? That's
White CLU, all the time.
I mean, other than them.
Did you?
Yeah.
Other than them.
I'm right here. Like
other than the ACLU.
As a member of the Jews, we're
all
here.
them little dickies gonna come out and be like,
I will be very clear that as a Jewish person in anywhere in the world, angry white men with torches is not good.
Well, let's not use religion. Let's leave our religion out of this. It doesn't matter if you're a Jew or Christian, if you're an atheist.
Let's go to Hope You're All Right. Hey, Gail, that's good, but Trump hat fell off. He like, whoa!
Wow.
Now, why did that happen?
Because her little dumbass trusted her. Nope. We boys Trump, but we'll never do that shit.
And then this is just
I can already see what's about to happen here. Trying to go over the
hand's about to hit the top.
Yeah.
And then
he's got it. He did.
Right on.
There's a wall there.
You ever see his body fold like that? And then you see
just stupid.
And
that's just fucking stupid.
His pelvic bone is just shattered.
He's a mermaid now.
He's a mermaid now.
This is why you don't drink that much.
Can I hit it from the back? Can I hit it from the back, baby?
No.
What were they looking for? Their soul?
I don't know.
They look we're gonna hope these people are all right. Hope they in a different place. But we're gonna thank you, our special guest, for coming through. Can you tell them your Instagram?
Yes, at When the Press Link Up and at the Gale Movement. And once again, be sure to attend, show off, and turn on your summer sexy with Mixed Fit Studio. It's going down at City Place next Sunday at 11 o'clock a.m. Get your ticket on eventbrite.com.
So it's just like church, but better.
No, it's no
Sunday at 11.
Yeah, Sunday. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
hopefully,
you got it.
Hopefully it
church,
lasts
but better.
long. Church too. Hopefully it lasts from 11.
They're gonna have
7.
snacks.
Yes, we have
I'll be
snacks.
there.
We're hydrating with essential water. We have temporary tattoos by the #1 tattoo artist. So yeah, come on out. It's gonna be a great experience.
I'm a fan of snacks.
And a great time.
Me too.
All right,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I can eat.
All right, so if you want to get me on Twitter, it's at Chef Chip. You can follow me there. You can follow the show at Rip Chipchat. You can go follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/Rip Chipchat, and Instagram, Rip Chipchat, just pretty much everywhere. And tune in every Thursday night.
Thursday.
To listen to Chip Chat here on Rip Radio.
And A_Turner_813.
We're gonna go to a break. Be more. We're gonna go to a break where we have. We're gonna be talking about the new Tupac documentary with our dude Bronx Pacino, and we'll be back. We can go to a break. Hold that load.
Hold that load.
Stressing in the city, the cops is hopping me. The projects is full of bullets, the bodies is dropping. They ain't no stopping me. Constantly moving while making millions. Witnessing killings, leaving dead bodies in abandoned buildings. Can't reach the children cause they're illin'. Addicted to killing and the appeal from the gap villain. Without feeling, but will they last? So be blasted, hard-headed bastard. Maybe you'll listen in this casket, the aftermath. More bodies being buried. I'm losing my homies in a hurry. They relocating to the cemetery. Got me worried, stressing my vision's blurry. The question is, will I live? No one in the world loves me. I'm headed for danger. Don't touch strangers, put one in the chamber whenever I'm feeling this anger. Don't wanna make excuses, cause this is how it is. What's the use unless we're shooting? No one notices the youth. It's just me against the world, baby. It's me against the world. With all the sex distressing, the question I wonder is after death, after my last breath. When will I finally get to rest through this suppression? They punish the people that's asking questions and those that possess. Still from the ones without possessions, the message I stress. To make it stop, study your lessons, don't settle for less. Even the genius asks questions, be grateful for blessings. Don't ever change, keep the essence. The power is in the people. In politics we address. Always do your best. Don't let the pressure make you panic. And when you get stranded and things don't go the way you planned, dreaming.
Oh yeah, that was actually a nice little sample. I like that. Of course, those lyrics can go with any beat. I mean, it's just pop. It's pop. That's one of his greatest lyrical bars I've ever heard. Poetic depth. Those are what I call eternal bars. He got eternal bars on that one. So, shout out to Pac.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely that.
Oh yeah.
Hey man, so tell me about the basically your Pac's influence on both of y'all, and
like yeah, what like.
And do y'all think the dude XXX was like the Tupac of the young generation?
No.
Can I?
No.
I just saw people crying. I just saw people crying.
No.
Okay.
No.
It was in the car.
No, it's a tragic that someone's gone, but we're gonna stop it. Yeah, yeah.
Y'all let me.
Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead, brother. Yeah.
For my opinion, I'm gonna let y'all rock. Let me know when you're ready for my opinion on that.
Go ahead.
Because no XXX, that dude was not no embodiment of Pac. Fuck all that. Yo, can I curse on this show?
Yes.
We good with the cursing?
Yeah, go ahead.
Fuck all that. And whoever's saying that bullshit is fucking stupid. Because there will never be another Pac. There will never be that dude ever. Y'all gotta stop trying to say that all these young cats that can't rap, you know what I'm saying?
Troy Ave trying to be Pac. Lil Boosie say he the
Troy fucking Ave. I'm from New York, Bronx, New York, born and raised 30 years. Troy motherfucking Ave ain't no motherfucking Pac either.
Damn.
Straight up. Who else, man? Who else want me to go in on? That said they Pac.
Please go in.
Because they not.
We don't know. We just, like you said, I'm a Pac fanatic. There will be no one other like him. That's why he's the greatest. Because he can do anything.
He is the greatest.
He
is the greatest. It ain't Biggie. It's not Biggie. People say it's Biggie. It's not Biggie. I'm from New York. I know people going to be like, yo, Bronx, are you crazy?
That's what I'm saying, bruh.
Yeah, we have a big fanatic right here. Big was I always told people, one of the most talented people lyrically to ever spit, but Pac was deeper than that. But he could do everything.
But we gonna get to that. But did y'all see or heard about the new documentary about Tupac on BET? Yes,
is that the Chronicles? The Death Row Chronicles?
Yeah, the Chronicles. And are we tired of the murder? They said that the LAPD watched it and they got new evidence or some shit like this. They're gonna try to be they close to making an arrest.
Yeah, I want to ask my man this question. What is your take on the Pac situation? Do you think like that we already have the answers in the streets years ago, and now all of a sudden, like, what does that mean to you? Like, how do you feel about that? Does it annoy you now, or what? When it comes to the Pac death situation?
About the death of Pac?
Yeah.
You know, there's too many conspiracies on that, man. It's not easy to talk about that in 10 minutes, man. I mean, Pac hung around a lot of grimy dudes. Pac was a street dude. A lot of people don't realize that.
Sweet.
Pac came up in New York, man. He came up in New York. His name was MC New York for a reason when he started.
Mm-hmm.
So Pac, over the years, he accumulated a lot of people. He hung around a lot of people, man. Like, Pac needed to be around a lot of people. So his death, it could have been anybody, man. It could have been so many people, man. It could have been Suge. It could have been Puff. It could have been the, you know what I'm saying, like they were saying, Orlando Anderson and them.
Mm-hmm.
We just don't know. And they'll never catch those people. That will never be spoken about.
But they said one of the dudes that was in the car that shot, he's on his deathbed, and he's saying that he going to tell the truth or something, or what happened.
Yeah, you can't believe all that, man. Somebody that's on their deathbed. and they ready to speak now. I don't know, man. I don't buy none of that, man. I don't buy none of that shit, man.
I feel you. I feel you.
We never gonna know, man.
Yeah, we'll
That's
never
why
know.
he's a legend. That's why he's a legend, man.
Right. We're gonna have to ask God, be like, hey, who shot him? And he gonna be like, oh man, it was right there in front of you. Like, nah, I hear you. But let me ask you this though. What song in particular put you on the pocket, like that just made you go, I gotta listen to this man? I got mine. I wanna know what was yours.
Well, I'm gonna keep it a G stack with you, man. I was living in the Bronx, and I'm gonna tell you something, man.
What year? What year?
We Bronx dudes.
What year?
I was in the Bronx. I was born and raised 1972. I left in 2003, so I was there over 30 years. So
okay.
I was in that era, man. Yeah, I was in the middle of all that when all that shit was happening, East Coast, West Coast. And I'm gonna tell you something straight up. We Bronx dudes, we were banging Pac out on the block, man. Fuck all that. We were banging Pac out on the block while the East Coast, West Coast was going on. So I would say this, man. I really didn't get into Pac until I think it was strictly for my nigga. You know what I'm saying? That's when I jumped on him. I was like, yo, I think, I'm feeling this shit. And then Juice was out, you know what I'm saying? So, we started looking at Pac a lot different out there. But I got to say this, for the record. Hit 'Em Up is one of the greatest diss tracks ever made. It ain't Ether. It ain't The Takeover. It ain't that, that KRS-One, with NC Shan. Pac got the best diss track of all time. He bodied so many people on that track. It was just a bloody massacre, man.
Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'm a Pac fan. I will put that's like my number 2 favorite, but my number 1 is No Vaseline. I'm sorry. Like I said, Pac.
Ice Cube.
Ice Cube dismantled them lyrically and emotionally.
No Vaseline versus.
But Hit 'Em Up is hard because Hit 'Em Up was I know who you know who I'm talking about, and it's just disrespectful. Like if he really fucked Faith Evans, that's just, whoo. He was ahead of his time.
He hit him with her. That was
he had the best press rollout.
That was low blow.
That was.
He had the picture, yeah.
But yeah, So and we bring that up with the East Coast West Coast thing. You said you was in New York around that time. Was it real like that? Was like New York niggas back then like, nah, fuck LA. It's all about the East, baby. Or do you think that was just some shit that?
I would say, as I remember, man, a lot of the diss tracks came. I don't even think anybody from the BX really, like Fat Joe or who else at that time. I don't know. There was a lot of rappers out of the Bronx. I think it was Queens and Brooklyn that that tried to respond to Pac. You know what I'm saying? I would say Mobb Deep, man. When they put out Drop a Gem on them. I think they really put. Yeah, Prodigy gave Pac that work. He gave Pac that work. That's my shit. I respect, salute Prodigy, R.I.P. That was the only dude that put Pac in the center place, man. Prodigy. He came out with Drop a Gem on him.
Prodigy.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? When he talked about the robberies in Manhattan, you know what happened? 60 G's worth of gun clapping. Who shot you? Probably screamed louder than the opera. That's ugly. You know what I'm saying? He gave him that work. So salute Prodigy on that one, man. Queen stand up, man. But it is what it is, man.
So when you want to talk about bars, I just never heard a rapper like Pac. I'm gonna say it. You're gonna be mad, but how many times he gonna put in his rhymes, Hennessy and enemies. That's all I gotta say. But we're gonna talk about bars. New York bars versus LA bars, West Coast bars. Which one?
I mean,
and you know how they say the Civil War, the South really won.
Yeah.
We looking back.
Yeah.
Eastern West Coast. Who really won at the end now?
Okay, if you're talking about from sales, alone, the West Coast. The West Coast back then sold 3 times more than the East Coast, and they had a more authentic hood image. Now, if you want to say who won in the longevity in the long run, the East Coast, because their artists live, but and that's the only thing.
They made out the shootout.
They made out the shootout because Pac was the lifeline of the West. Because after that, Ice Cube kind of went on a hiatus and started doing movies, and that's the only reason. If Puffy didn't take over, and if anything, realistically,
take that.
If anything, the South actually came up and took that shit. The South actually in 2000, like when Luda and all them were coming out, and Project Pen 3-6 and Outkast, the South really took the throne. They said, all right, it's our shit now. We're going to throw them beats. You finally going to hear our beats. Like, what do you think, my man, in your opinion? I gave my opinion. What's your opinion on that?
You talking to Bronx P?
Yeah. Yeah, like,
well, I'm gonna tell you, there was no winners in that East Coast, West Coast, man. Ooh. That ruined hip hop, yo. That put a lot of people at odds. It took out two of the best ever, which was Pac and Big. So there was no winners to that, man, honestly, because if these OGs were still alive today, the music won't be where it's at, man. Seriously, like, you got to consider the hip hop right now is straight garbage.
Right.
Yeah, ain't hip hop no more. So if these cats were still alive, hip hop wouldn't be in the state it's in. And I'm gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say this is my opinion. I think hip hop is dead. I think Nas was right when he said hip hop is dead. Hip hop, it's been on life support for a long time, Ain't nobody can tell me that it's Drake that's gonna bring this shit back. Fuck Drake too. I don't like Drake.
Once Laffy Taffy popped off, it was over.
But let me say this though. But don't you think like we are having a resurgence of hip hop in 2018? Think of Nipsey Hussle, Jay-Z's The 444. I know that was last year, but we have some bangers this year. J. Cole's album. They're trying to, and Kendrick and all of them. They're trying to resuscitate hip hop.
They're trying to resuscitate.
That's what I'm
Hip hop is that dude in Terminator 2, the black dude holding the bomb. I don't know how long I can hold it. But hey, yo, Bronx, can you tell them we got to go? Can you tell them where they can reach you at? And you do flyers and graphics, correct?
Yes. I started doing flyers for Troy Terrain, aka Star, when he had Live and Direct, and also the Star Chamber. That's where my graphics started popping.
Okay. All right.
You can reach me on Instagram, basically, you know what I'm saying, Bronx Pacino. Everything Bronx Pacino, you know what I'm saying? You can just Google me, and you can find me, man. If you need some graphics, you need your album mix, man, you can holler at me. You know what I'm saying? I got that ear, man, for good music, man. I'm not going to put out garbage.
All right.
All right. Well, we appreciate that, brother. All day, Pac all day.
All right.
Pac all day, man. Salute. Machiavelli till I'm gone, man, on that piff.
Damn straight.
Go check that out, man. That mixtape, I put a lot of work into it. I put your blood, sweat, and tears, man. It sounds real good. I saw y'all banging that one track, Salute. And, thank you for having me on, man.
No problem, man.
No
Take care. One love.
Thank you.
One love.
All right, that was Bronx Pacino, yeah.
So, yes, finally somebody else. I wish Ron was here. He'd be like, time out. Big did this. Like, nah. Pac is the great, is the GOAT.
That was.
There you go.
All right. That was a good show, AJ.
It was. Really
good. Thank you guys for tuning in. I hope we got to bring the shirts next time.
Yes. If you want a shirt, DM us. We got you. Ladies, we have boy shorts. If you need boy shorts, got us. We got you. If you want a sundress, we got you. It's coming up.
Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram and YouTube and hit that subscribe button. And we're gonna have a good summer.
It's going down. I'll be in Vegas next week,
right.
so watch me. I got y'all out there.
Vegas. Third time's a charm?
Fourth time.
God damn.
So I will holler at y'all. Y'all take care of yourselves.
Wait, no, hold on, sir.
What?
We got Cheeks of the Week coming.
Oh God, yeah.
You forgot?
I almost did. Let's take a look at them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's go to Cheeks of the Week. Whoa. Ooh, and this first one, you can just pick her up.
That's wifey cheeks
up against the wall.
Would you smash?
I would ski all over those Confederate milk.
She would not enjoy it. And then those are.
And what invention? What invention is this?
Those are pregnancy.
You just open those wide.
And then that's just.
That's just some mixed girl. Just
right. That's a sunset. Hey, asset.
And when they look like that, you gotta have a handstand.
Whoa, my God.
And she got
them
3
shorts,
kids.
Yeah, look at it. Just and the.
Don't you want to put your tongue in that?
Yeah, it's perfectly portioned too. So like, if you imagine stroking it from the back and
imagine asking her to
sit on my face. Sit on my face. I'll be like, I don't know how much longer I can hold it. Like, just look.
Just it's
man.
You want to talk about global warming?
Right. Oh, it had the nerve to like.
And then she had to.
Oh, why are you doing that, ma'am? Don't do that.
Something. She got 2 midgets in a sleeping bag. 2
They
midgets
fighting for
in
me.
a sleeping bag.
Fighting for
Fighting.
fighting for me. Now she ain't have to do that. Now she's just being extra.
And then.
Oh, now this is like. I'll walk on
You
water
think that's
that
real?
day.
You think those real? You'll walk on water?
I'll walk on water. Look at that. And then, look at her reaction. She knows she bad. She like, I love that shit. I think that shit is so sexy. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. That was a Cheeks of the Week, y'all.
I hope y'all felt good. Somebody probably like, y'all nasty. That's cool.
Hey, we all right.
If y'all ever want to DM us that, y'all can do that privately, ladies. We'll cover your faces.
Pro bono.
Pro bono, right.
Yeah, we give you some, Shout out to the Black Trump on the boards.
And shout out to Chip and Gail for our guests to being on the show. And
thank you guys for tuning in.
Yes.
I'm B Moore, aka Princess Zamunda.
Buff Curry, A_Turner_813 on the IG though.
All right. Stay black.
Stay black.